and welcome to my first lesson on solo classical guitar playing, which also probably means it's going to be my worst, so I apologize. In this video, I will be instructing you on how to play the first half of Francisco Tarrega's Lagrima. Lagrima means teardrop in Spanish, so it's kind of a sad song, but it is really beautiful. I'm going to tell you right now that the first half of the song is a little bit more difficult than the second half. So if by the time you finish the first half, you're feeling a little bit frustrated because you still have some stuffed notes, or you have like gaps where your transitions aren't so smooth because your muscle memory just isn't there yet, it's okay. Move on to the second half. You're probably going to breeze through it, and it's going to give you some confidence and the motivation to go back and really nail down that first half. And by the end of it all, you're going to have a really excellent performance piece, or as long as you put in the time and the effort, you'll get it. That being said, you don't need to read notes. The song is going to take up the entire fretboard, but I got you. I'm going to tell you where to go and what fingers to use and what technique you should be looking at. I don't know. I don't really have much more to say. I'm going to readjust the camera because this is not going to work. And you don't want to see my gnarly guitar faces, but unfortunately, you will be seeing my really icky fingers. Alright, so I'm actually going to have to start you off with a little bit of lingo. We're going to be taking our plucking hand, which is the hand we use to pluck at these strings. This is my left hand. I'm left-handed, that's why I'm using it here. You're probably right-handed, so you'll be using your right hand, but it doesn't matter for what I'm going to tell you. Each of these fingers is referred to by a letter, and that letter symbolizes the first letter of the spelling of the finger in Spanish. So for instance, your thumb will be referred to as P, your index finger will be referred to as I, your middle finger will be referred to as M, and your ring finger will be referred to as A. So that's P, I, M, A. For this video, I'm just going to refer to each string by a number. I will mention the note of the string once, but just for simplicity's sake, after I will just be saying 1, 2, 3rd string, 4th string, etc. So just so we're on the same page, this is going to be the first string, which is the highest pitched string, the thinnest string, and then we're going to count up, so 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, 5th, and 6th, which is our lowest frequency and deepest sounding string. Okay, so now we're going to cover a portion of the plucking pattern for the song. You will be using your P finger and your A finger, and we will be hitting the 1st string with the A finger and the 4th string with the P finger at the same time. And after we hit those 2 strings at the same time, it will be followed up by our M finger hitting the 2nd string. So might want to practice that until it feels comfortable. So that pattern is going to repeat 3 times. I'm just going to play it with the notes right now, so you just get a little idea of what it will sound like. Now this next small segment of the plucking pattern, you might actually want to write it down when you're first learning it. You might want to copy this. It's going to be the P and A finger again together on the 4th and 1st string, followed by the M on the 2nd string. But then we're going to hit the 3rd string with our I, back to the 2nd string with M, and then the 5th string with P, and then back again to the 2nd string with M. It sounds confusing, which is probably why you're going to write it down and try to follow along. So it's going to go, as you already know, the P and A together on the 4th and 1st string, followed by the M on the 2nd string, and then I'm going this string, M on the second string. With the notes, it's gonna sound a lot nicer. So when you're practicing the plucking pattern without any notes, it is going to sound like this. And then, so it all kind of makes a little bit more sense sound-wise. I'll play with the notes even though I know I haven't told you them yet. Okay, we are going to be in the key of E major. So the notes on your guitar, the open string, should be tuned to E, A, D, G, B, E, just in case you happen to be tuned to something else right now. There are 4 sharps in the key of E major, F, G, C, and D. So you'll be hearing me say like G sharp, F sharp. But I will follow it up with the fret number, like 1, 2, and way down here is 12. So the first thing you're going to do to begin Lagrima is to put down your pinky finger, which actually I'm just going to tell you right now. This is going to be one finger, we refer to as 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to put down our 4th finger on G sharp, which is on the 4th fret of the 1st string, and we're going to put our 1st finger onto E, which is the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So once you have these 2 notes down, you can go ahead and hit your P with your A at the same time, and you'll get the sound you're supposed to get. And then we're going to follow it up with the M, and it's just an open B, so there's no notes down. Okay, so after we've played this, we're going to slide up with our pinky 1 fret. So now we're on the 5th fret of the 1st string, and we're actually going to play a closer note to where our pinky is on the 4th string. So I'm going to switch to my 2nd finger, which is my middle finger, and put that down on the 4th fret of the 4th string, which is an F sharp. And those 2 notes will be played together, followed by an open B. And then we are going to slide down, I should say up, 2 frets. So now our pinky is on the 9th fret, playing a B, and our middle finger is on the 6th, no, that's not correct. Our pinky is on the 7th fret, playing a B, and our middle finger is on the 6th fret, playing a G sharp. We're going to hit those 2 together, followed by the open B. So with all that gliding put together, you're going to start with your pinky and your index finger, and then slide the pinky up 1 fret, change to your middle finger because we're a little bit closer now. And now we're going to come up 2 frets. We're going to be on the 7th fret with our pinky finger and the 6th with our middle finger. Okay, so now you're going to have to recall the plucking segment where I suggested that you write it down, because we are going to go ahead and learn the notes for that. It's still going to be the 1st and 4th string that have notes played on them. This time it's going to be the pinky on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, which is an F sharp, and your 1st finger on the 4th string on the 1st fret, which is a D sharp. And then your 2nd finger is going to play an open B. And then we're going to come in and put our 3rd finger down on an A, which is the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then we're going to go back to the open B again. And And then we're going to put our second finger down on the second fret of the 5th string, which is a B. And then go ahead and hit another open B down here, which is the 2nd string. You could prep all these notes at once and play them. I personally don't do it that way just because I have trouble making it sound clear every single time. So what I do is I start off with the pinky on the 2nd fret of the 1st string and my first finger on the 1st fret of the 4th string. And I hit the open B, and as I'm hitting that open B, I put my 3rd finger down on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So. And then I hit that open B again. As I'm hitting that open B, I put my 2nd finger down on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Then hit the open B. So. Now you know the whole kind of first glidey section of the song. All together, it's gonna sound like this. And it repeats. Sorry. We're not done with the first half of the song. The next part's actually the hardest part of the entire song. There's just a measure that's particularly difficult. There's a lot of barring, so I think I'm going to save that for another video just so we can really hone in and focus on that. But after that portion, it's really smooth sailing and you have a lot of the basis for this song down.